I want to talk to you a little bit about respect of space. If you have a dog that's incredibly clingy, or a dog that likes to kind of force affection from you, or likes to get very close and invade your personal space, doesn't seem to have any concept of personal space, we want to teach them to respect our space. But the main reason we want to do this is because it's healthy. Okay, we don't allow other people to get up in our faces. We don't allow typically our children past a certain age to get up in our faces. And so with dogs, if you've ever seen dogs interact together, a lot of times dogs that have healthy communication skills will also enforce respect of space, right? You'll see that if a younger dog approaches an older dog and they get up in that older dog's face, the older dog will kind of snap, or they'll snarl, or they'll move away because they don't like that invasion of their space, okay? Now we do tend to kind of set up our puppies for this. Unfortunately, we have our brand new puppy, or we just adopted a new dog from the shelter, or someone we're rescuing a dog from someone else, rehoming a dog. We love on them. We let them get in our personal space. We give them affection. We snuggle with them. We might share our couches or chairs or beds with them, but it's okay to have a boundary that teaches them that they don't always have to be that close. In fact, it's probably really important that we create some space so that when we have moments where it's important for them to mind their space and mind ours, they're not going to give us a hard time about it. They're not going to give us any fight back about it. So good examples of where it would be important to encourage them and reinforce them to mind our space is mealtime. If I'm eating my food, I don't want my dog right here. I don't even want my dog really within like 6 feet of me, to be honest. If I'm sitting with my family at the dining room table eating food, I don't want even my dog in the room, because I don't want my dog picking up food off the floor if it gets dropped, and I don't want my dog to practice begging for food. You don't have to be quite as drastic as that. That's okay. But we do want to teach them that it's not okay to take food off your plate. It's not okay to take food out of your hand as it's going into your mouth. And it's not okay to come and be on your lap while you're trying to eat. Okay? They don't do that to each other as dogs. We should make sure that they don't do it with us. If you have children, it's also incredibly important to model this with you as the adult, so that your dog will learn that they also shouldn't take food from your children. If you have young children, if you have toddlers that walk around with snacks, or like mine who just can't seem to sit at the table and eat a meal, we don't want the dog to just think, oh, my kid's not paying attention and they have food over here, or they set it down on the floor next to them or the table next to them. We don't want the dog to come up and take it and walk away. Another reason that we want to encourage respect of space is for affection. Many dogs view affection as very valuable, especially if you have multiple dogs, and there's a good chance that even if your dog doesn't resource guard like food or treats or chews or toys, they could resource guard you. And what's going to happen is you'll start to see your dog will get in between you and another dog. They might get in between you and another person if you have a spouse or a significant other that you live with. Maybe you've seen videos on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook of dogs who get in between a couple when they hug each other or they kiss each other, or maybe when one person goes to join the other in bed, and the dog will get in between and become almost, it looks like playfully aggressive, but really what's happening is we have a dog that's guarding something they find incredibly valuable they don't want to share, and that's the affection and the space. Okay, and that's an unhealthy state of mind for the dog to be in, and we don't want to let that continue. Instead, we want to teach the dog to respect some boundaries there. Another thing when it comes to respect of space, if I have a dog that has a favorite game. Maybe I have a lab that just loves to fetch, or I have a German Shepherd that absolutely loves to play tug of war. I want to teach respect of space so that I can be safe. Okay, now let me paint what that looks like. If I have a dog that loves a game or loves a certain toy so much that as soon as I reach for the toy, they're all over my hand, or they're pawing at the toy trying to get it from me so that I can't get it. I want to teach that dog that in order to have the game continue or even start, you need to respect that space. You need to allow me to get the toy so that I can start the game with you. Same thing if the game is going and the dog brings you the toy and maybe they give it to you, but then as soon as you go to get it, they're interrupting, trying to get it back, trying to take possession of that toy or play keep away. And it's important that we teach them that in order to play the game, there are some rules and boundaries, and that one of those rules is to respect the space in that trade-off so that the game can continue.